Welcome everybody to episode 109 of the effing title. And this...
Hi, I'm DeNutte.
And I'm Big Husky. Welcome. I was trying to think of a thing so like you have a part of the intro now, because normally I just run through the intro and I'm like, this is my guest this week, and I don't have a guest every week now. I just have you, which is better than a guest every week.
When you're here,
why can't I
family.
get him? When you're here, you're here.
You're here.
Will the Thrill, what's up? Welcome. DeNutte, how's your weekend? How's your week been?
It's been pretty good. I just spent the weekend in Vermont.
I was gonna say you sent me a thing about it. I'm sitting there like, motherfucker, like literally just like 2 hours away. Like,
I know, but it's literally like I was like parallel with you. But
yeah,
it's
exactly.
That thing where it's like
it's the funniest thing. It's like I'll say to people like, yeah, I'm only like 2 hours away from everywhere, and they're like, oh, well, that's easy then to get. That's no biggie. I'm like, no, like it's literally the other side of the state. Like,
well, like my friends were talking about. They're like, what? Like, why don't we go check out this place? I'm like, it's on the other side of the state. We're not getting there. That's like a whole. We might as well drive home then.
Oh yeah, it's like it's one of those things. Like I've said to people, like it's going across the state is that's a day trip. Because it's 4 hours there. It's 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So you have to account for that immediately.
Because Burlington's 2 hours and like 11 minutes from where I am. So like, no thanks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm good.
And then I would have to come pick you up and then bring you back.
You would have had to have slept here. There's nowhere to sleep other than with me, which I would have been. Oh, I mean, hey.
What size bed do you have? What kind of bed do you have?
I have like a fucking like twin. Like I have a very small queen twin sort of thing. Like it is a small ass bed. It's actually funny you mentioned that, because I was actually gonna not mention it on here, but I was gonna mention to someone else. This is the same bed that I've had since I moved to America.
Oh, you need a new bed.
Right, I need new bed. Like,
I got a new bed like 6 years ago, and I still love it. I have a Helix mattress.
Ooh,
for sponsors.
Okay.
And like the mattress in a box.
Yeah.
And I love it, and I've convinced like 4 of my friends to get them. And one of my friends is on the second one.
That's awesome.
Well, because he bought a king. He upgraded from a queen to a king.
Well, see, that's the thing is that, like, I should upgrade, right?
Yeah.
I should. The problem is, though, is that my room that has the bed in it is basically just a collection room with a bed.
So, like, but I will tell you, going to a queen size bed is like, you'll like be like, oh my god, look at all this space.
Look at all this room for activities.
I did sleep on a full size futon this weekend with one of my friends. So.
Ooh, that must have been a fun, pleasant experience. And by pleasant, I mean your back probably is thanking you.
No, I sleep like a baby anywhere I go. I can sleep on the floor. I don't care.
See, it's funny. I used to say that because I've fucking fallen asleep against a tree once, but like, I can't anymore. Like last night I was like every 30 minutes, hour up.
Really?
Yep.
I think I've recently started snoring, which is not good.
Ooh.
That it was never the case, but yeah, I slept with my friend Stacy on a bed.
Okay.
Boy Stacy.
Okay. What's up, boy Stacy?
Boy Stacy. Shout out to you.
Shout out, boy Stacy.
Boy Stacy. Actually, I slept with him one night. Not both nights,
Only one. One night stand with boy Stacy.
One night stand.
Boy Stacy.
Well, all right. Here, okay. So this is what happened Friday night. So Friday we drove up to Burlington, and we got there. I don't know, like 6 o'clock. We stopped at a brewery first, and then we went to the B&B. Burlington Beer Company.
Oh, okay.
Burlington Beer Works. BBC. Burlington Beer Company.
Oh yeah, BBC.
BBC. I love it. They used to be in like a little warehouse in Williston, and now they're in like Burlington, and they have a whole fancy new place. But so we go out. There's a really awesome arcade bar in Burlington, and we all go out. We're all drinking, and then one of our friends gets a little too drunk, and he goes. We only have one key to the Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's an apartment. It's not a house. And you know Church Street?
Yeah.
So it's right on
Been
Church
there
Street.
plenty of times.
Yeah, so like literally above, like the red square
Yeah.
bu- is above it was above that bar.
Oh Jesus.
So my buddy's like, "Hey, like I'm heading back." I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna grab us like some pizza." Like I went and grabbed us some pizza, and then I'm outside. I'm calling him, call him. It's not answering, and like I can see the windows to. We have it was like 2-bedroom apartment, so like both windows lights are off. I'm like, this motherfucker went to sleep, and it's like
This
one.
motherfucker.
It's 1 in the morning. I'm calling him, and I have 2 other friends, and they're still at the bar, and he's not answering his phone, so I'm like panicking now. It's 10 degrees out. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I finally get a hold of my friends, the other friends that aren't in there, and I'm like, yo, we can't get in. So they were like, hey, it's no big deal. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, I didn't have my car keys. I didn't have anything. And I'm like, we're gonna have to go to a hotel. And then we were just standing there trying to figure it out. And at 2 in the morning, a guy happened to walk out of the apartment.
Oh.
So we got in, and then we open the door, we get in, and we go like, hey, what are you doing? And he like wakes up and is like, huh, and then falls back asleep, like not even like phased.
So fun story. To hit on your story. So I was talking to someone on Tinder. Maybe on Tinder from over there, and she's a fire breather.
Oh, that's very Burlington of her.
The weirdest. It was the weirdest thing because it was like we would talk, and then it would just be like, "So, are you gonna come out here or not?"
And you're like,
Like it would just be random out of nowhere. Like like we'd just be like mid conversation talking about what how our day was, or what our favorite dinosaur is, like that sort of thing, and then just out of nowhere, it's just.
Attachments.
And then at
That's
one
good,
point, so at one point
Okay.
she's like, she's like, if I get a cab down to you, and it costs this much money, and then I stay with you for a couple of nights, and then you buy the thing afterwards to make sure the thing doesn't happen, how much of that are you willing to pay for?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there like,
So does she
I don't
not
know your
also
name.
She also doesn't drive?
No, she did, but she just refused to.
Okay.
It was very weird, bro. Like the whole situation was very like I'm sitting there like this lasted like a couple weeks, and then just like that was it. I was like, nope, done. Like
It's funny because I've talked to a lot of people online, and they're like, yeah, so I don't have a license, or like I've never had a license, and that's popped up a bunch, and it's like,
well, I think it's becoming it's almost like I think it's the next like, and of course I'm just saying this from a little bit of personal experience, but like it's the next step of kind of like it's like like for a while there was that phase where like living with your parents wasn't that big of a deal anymore
yeah,
because of how shit was just kind of going. I think it's starting to get to that stage now where like it doesn't matter if you don't really drive anymore because anything you need you can get delivered to you. And if not, you can pay someone to drive you somewhere, i.e., an Uber.
yeah.
So I think that a lot of people are doing because it's. I mean, think about how much money that shit saves. Like, think about how much money I save not buying gas or like any of that stuff.
It's like I'm like it, but it's an inconvenience though.
Oh, 100%.
It's like
It's a complete and utter life changing experience. Because like, imagine if I had a car.
Oh,
bless
okay,
you.
that one was coming. I'm sorry. I was like,
Yeah, no, like well, let me rephrase that first of all. Imagine
Yeah.
if I had a truck,
yeah.
right? Imagine how much different my life would be.
I think you'd like it. I think it would because it's like it's an added freedom, like when you turn 16. When I turned 16, gas was $4.50 a gallon, so I didn't really drive a whole bunch.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like, imagine that, like, out of nowhere, just be like, fuck it, I'm going to go down and see DeNutte. Or fuck it, I'm going to go down and see Rob. Fuck it, I'm going to go see Jeff.
You could.
Right? I could, I could do any of that stuff. But, like, it's one of those things where it's like, can I do it now? Yeah, but it takes a lot of canoodling and fiddling around with other shit, to make that happen.
Make it happen.
But when I make it happen, I make it happen when I make it
Oh,
happen.
make it happen.
But no, like, so
Okay.
my big thing though is just like it's one of those, and it's one of the things that I find funny talking with people about this sort of stuff, especially because it's one of those things where like I hear like, oh, like why can't it's hard for me to live on this wage or on this or that or this or that. And of course everyone has their own lifestyle. I'm not saying that anyone's
Yeah.
lifestyle is better than anyone's. So that's not what I'm fucking getting at here. What I'm saying is it's funny hearing that and seeing the way that people live and everything, and just realizing that, like, I would argue, because most of my community, right?
Yeah.
Most of the people that I talk to, most of the friends. I would argue that, and I'm going to say it, 75% of them moving up here would not be able to handle it.
No.
Simply just because of the way it is up here.
Yeah, you have to. It's you don't have to because clearly you don't have one. But you have to have a license because even where I am, like, there's really public transportation's like not great, and
It's like public transportation. It's like, okay, it's like most people I talk to, it's like, oh, yeah, let me just Uber or Chipotle real quick. I'm like, yeah, let me just drive to Burlington to go get Chipotle. Uber, and Uber Eats does not exist in my town.
so it's.
I'm
Oh,
almost
really? It doesn't?
I'm almost 100% sure because I've never seen anything or heard anyone say about Uber in my town. So think about that shit first of all.
So It's funny because we were driving by, exit 5,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, like like I went to freshman year, I went to school here, and they're like, oh, what's in town there? I was like, nothing.
Yeah.
There's a Subway. There's a Chinese food place. There's a sports bar.
Yeah.
That was very far.
I mean, that's the thing is so like that's the thing is like that's why I find it funny when it's like like when I think about shit like that because it's it's like oh yeah it's like when they talk about that sort of stuff I'm sitting there like I as long as I can pay for my my insurance basically right my health insurance. That's the new one now, but as long as I can pay for that, I can pay for my rent, so I have a roof over my head, and I can buy food. And for me, I'm a fucking weirdo, so literally I could just buy like 4 fucking cartons of.
Are you happy with your Are you happy with your health insurance? That's an adult question.
So you ready for this? Yeah, let's get adult for a moment.
Yeah.
Health insurance has been a weird one for me because it happened when, it was the get health insurance or get fined. And the fine was like $4,000. And I'm sitting there like, I have $20 to my pocket.
Yeah, you're like, fuck.
Yeah. So like,
it's a shame. Keep poor.
yeah, right. So like, so I'm sitting there like, and I was like, I don't need fucking health insurance. I fucking just go to the, I go to the doctors when I need to go to the doctors. Like, whatever. But eventually I got it.
You went to the doctor.
Well, I mean,
we talked about.
Yeah, that's a little bit different.
I already know the answer to that one.
Before I went to the ER, it had been like years. And when I did go to the doctors, it was literally this. I would go to the doctor, do all my checkup stuff, and then I'd be like, I literally just need antibiotics for this cut. And they would look at me and be like, yep, yes you do. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I know, that's why I'm here. Thank you for making me spend $20 to tell you I need to buy antibiotics. Like,
well, playing football. Do you remember like going to the doctor and you're like, "Hey, this finger's broken. Like my ankle's broken," and they're like, "You walked in here. It's not broken." I'm like, "No.
oh yeah,
it's broken."
yeah, no.
No.
The funny one for me was that so I had going into senior year, I had micro tears in both my wrists. Which of course, shocking, right? As an offensive lineman, I had micro tears in my wrists. They were like, yeah, you might need to get like surgery on your wrists.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's only going to get worse if you don't get surgery. And I'm sitting there like, I'm about to go into my senior year of college football. This is the last year I'm ever playing. I'll hold off on the surgery. Since then, I haven't heard, like, any time I've gone in, I haven't heard a fucking word about it. But
exactly.
How
are they now?
Everything fucking hurts. It just depends on the day. Health insurance, though, this is a fun one for me. Okay, so health insurance for me was the biggest fucking nightmare ever. So of course, going from the children that we are to not knowing any of this shit, and the only way you can ever learn about this shit is if you actually like fully dive into this shit, or someone literally walks you through it. I had no one to do either one of those with. So I asked the accountant, who's one of my best friends at my company. I was like, "What insurance do you have?" And she goes, "I have this one." I was like, "Cool." I filled in the
I need it.
paperwork.
Do you have insurance through the company, or you
no,
have to get your own?
no. This was through the state, right? So through the state, and I'm fine with
Couldn't even imagine.
I'll say a couple numbers. That's fine. I'll just
Yeah.
I'll fudge them a little bit. But so through the state for the last couple of years, I've been paying around $250 every month.
It's not bad.
Okay,
Could be worse.
So
Okay.
and this is where I'm saying like it gets interesting because of what I'm about to say next, and this is one of the things that I think a lot of people need to go and look at, right? So my great grand state that everyone loves and nobody's fucking ever leaving, and people always want to be here because it's so fucking great, decided, you know what, fuck you guys, fuck every one of you, you have to now go through your provider. We're not dealing with this shit anymore. Out of nowhere, just so I went from I had Blue Cross Blue Shield through the state of Vermont to just having Blue Cross Blue Shield. So I spent an entire day, about 5 hours on the phone with people, trying to get an account set up, trying to get all my information set up, doing all this stuff. And they literally told me on the phone, they were like, we've dealt with a lot of people from your state, and all of them are really pissed off about what happened. I'm like, yeah, I was like, I would be too. I mean, like, I was like, obviously I am. I was like, I'm sorry. Like,
who's your governor right now?
I don't fuck some dickhead.
Hey,
I don't care at this point.
Honestly, that was probably a Bernie thing.
I mean, honestly, I don't care who it is. There's so many stupid things.
You having it was probably a Bernie thing.
Probably, but like so.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story though, I get to the end of doing the entire thing, right? I go to make my first payment. Exact same plan, right? Mind you, this is the thing, right? Everyone listening, exact same fucking plan. $50.
Okay, so what do you have a higher deductible, or
it was because the state of Vermont was basically like taking most of the shit apparently, or something like the state of Vermont was just packing on more stuff, or like it was like I don't know, man. There's $200 difference.
Mm-hmm. So you're like, all right, I guess this is what I'm like. You're like, I'm fine with this, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the first couple payments I've made so far, I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's like, is this gonna change? Like,
they're gonna tack on like a $500 charge at the end
that's
of
the
the
thing,
year.
right? It's like out of nowhere. It's just like bam. Yes, that's my whole thing with health insurance. Is it's been a nightmare, but then like right now, like I said, like that's one of the things that like if any of my friends don't have it and are thinking about getting it, honestly, just take a look at Blue Cross Blue Shield, because like I have a very decent plan where like I went to the ER, had test on tests taken, and I didn't pay a dime because of how much money I make.
I have the same insurance. I pay $80 a month, but I also have dental and eye, but I don't need eye.
Yeah, I have eye through something else. I think I don't remember, but yes, that's my health insurance.
I get 4 teeth cleanings a year, which is pretty nice. I have one actually on Wednesday. I need to leave early Wednesday for that, but yeah, I have one Wednesday. I have another concert Wednesday. Pretty pumped for that.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be all fucked up on overcoming, just like yeah, woo.
Seeing an Estonian rapper.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hate this fucking state, bro. I fucking hate this state so much.
You're not a true Vermonter then.
No, true. Like it's one of those things. Like when I was coaching, I was literally telling kids that, like, look, like if you're not here for family business or you're gonna be playing sports in state, fucking leave. Like, there's nothing here. No one wants to come here. There's no jobs here. They don't want to put new jobs here. The industries that have tried to put jobs here, they've fervently made sure don't happen. It's such a shit show, bro.
So we were driving through Burlington, and like Burlington, I was surprised how many people are just walking around, which is nice.
Yeah.
So we passed by a place called the soda company,
mm-hmm.
and we're like, oh, let's look that up to see what it is. Oh, cool. Try out some like artisanal Vermont sodas.
Yeah, some ranch soda.
Yeah, exactly. It is a think tank. It's like a It's like people collaborating on different things. It's like like WeWork,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like an office space. It's like was that just called the soda company, so we were like, yeah, fucking bullshit, Vermont. We wanted some soda.
We wanted some fucking soda. Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like I said, like so I live on the main street. You guys hear the cars fucking driving by all the time. There's about maybe five to eight, I would say, argue stores. Every single year are going to be different.
Sad.
It is. It sucks. I mean, it's one of those things. Like it's like it. I would love to see places boom and doing stuff, but it's like there's no fucking reason to come here. People come here for 2 seasons. For the foliage, for the leaves changing, and for skiing.
Do you have any mountains near you?
I want to say I do.
Oh, there's one in your town. Burke's in
Yeah,
Burke's in your town.
Burke's right next to us. Yeah,
Yeah, I as soon as I was like, no, Burke's right there.
yeah.
Um, uh, and that's a big mountain. That's like a popular mountain.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about that. Like it's like that's a popular one, and it's still just.
And it was skiers only until like the last like 20 years. So it's a real yuppie mountain.
Another thing is like we're a college town without a bar. That's the other thing. Like a true
Hmm.
bar. So it's funny. The only bar that used to exist was in our building. It was in the basement of our building. Well, what happened though is that there was all sorts of fucking problems with the people leaving it and shit. And eventually it was just like, look, you guys are causing more problem than good. You're out. And that was the final bar in town.
Is there a college in your town?
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah, right up on the hill. So if you go to the high school and then you go up on the hill, Linda State.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is now a part of it's Linden State and Johnson State, and they are now Northern Vermont University, I think, or something like that. Like it was one of those things where like basically both schools were failing, so they said, "Hey, let's just join them together and rename it."
Yeah.
So there's just two campuses between them, and it's like,
Our school, my school I work at, they bought out a school a couple years ago that was failing,
yeah,
and they just absorbed all the programs. They've shut a bunch of them down since. But
oh yeah, it's.
um,
I mean, it's like I said. There's not a whole lot. Like if you're not a part of the family or something, there's no like a family business around here. There's no real need for you to fucking be here. Like,
we just have family. Yeah, family. I like. I was like going through Burlington, and like I was like, what do like? I guess this might be ignorance, but I'm like, what do people do up here?
no, I mean, you're 100% right. I mean,
Because I mean, it's the same thing. Like my sister lives in uh like a lake town.
mhm.
And I was like, and the big thing is that like there's no jobs there. Like there's stuff in the summer because like Laconia Bike Week.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I know Bike Week.
Like that's where
I've actually been to Bike Week a couple times. Bike Week's fun.
Okay, I'm going this year. You want to
Oh,
go?
you and me on your bike? Yeah,
Oh man,
that's a fucking thumbnail right there and a half.
yeah. We one day had a buddy of work hop on the back, and he's probably 230. He's like
Hmm.
my height, 230, and we were just bogged down. Like the shocks were like they just were compressed all the way. Like they're just it was bottomed out.
That
And I was like,
I was
nah.
gonna say that motherfucker just ain't working if we're on it.
No,
Um,
no.
Yeah, no, it really isn't. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, like JT was in chat. I don't know if he still is in chat anymore or not, but was in chat. I mean, he'll agree. There's like if you're not a name of the town where it's like this roofing or this logging or this like you're one of those names. There's no real point for you to be here.
Yeah, my brother-in-law owns the funeral home in their town.
Yeah.
Like he just is like that is like
Well, it's like
business.
we used to have kids when I was coaching at the high school. We used to have kids that were they would play like freshman sophomore year, develop really well right between those 2 years, and it's like awesome. Can't wait to see how they do. And they drop out of school and they drop out of everything because now it's time to enter the family business. Because as soon as they enter the family business, they're making 15, 30 grand a year. As a 17-year-old, that or 15, 16, 17-year-old, like it's a no fucking brainer.
Yeah, especially if
It's-
you're never gonna leave.
Right? I mean, So I mean, it's one of those things where it's like it's like this is so like small town is a understatement.
Oh, so like there's a whole thing like so my dad has a house in Peacham, like
Yep.
right by you,
Yeah.
and there's a whole thing that this was a long, maybe 15 years ago.
Hmm.
He had to go in and like they had to vote because they were going to close the schools because there
Yeah.
weren't enough kids and money.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough money. So like I don't know where they go now. They probably
We
go up near
have,
you.
yeah, that's the thing, is that like it all depends on where they are, who they are. It's like there's different buses that go get kids and everything. They get absorbed into the different schools around us. I mean, our school has a huge dorm program, which is where the majority of our kids are from now. It's almost like, I would argue it's almost 50-50. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't.
So
I mean, obviously, the other thing as well is I haven't been to the school, since I got let go. Like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. So I really don't know now. But back then, though, it felt like it was 60-40. Like, like it was barely the area kids. Was more
we're
of.
failing kids.
It was one of those things, man. Like, and like I said, like that was my thing, is like I was literally telling kids to fucking leave. Like, I actually got one of the administrators heard me say that at one point to a kid, and like
He's like,
he reamed me out for a little bit, and I'm sitting there and I was like, why are you here? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, why are you here? He's like, because this is the job. This is one of the only jobs I could get. I was like, exactly my point. I want these kids to have good, successful, happy careers and lives, not being stuck in a place because this is the only thing they can get. And then I just walked off. I got told off by the head coach like a couple days later. But I mean, fuck. I was the coach that was telling you how it was. It's that simple.
yeah.
I told kids, if go to trade school, don't go to college. It's this simple. Are they paying you to go to college? Are you playing a sport in college? If the answer to both of those are no, go to trade school. Because most of the guys I was coaching were football guys. I wasn't talking to the Miss Valedictorian, or the female.
There's no more like and like I hate it is there is the truth to it, but like how like especially like Joe Rogan's like work as hard as you can make as far as life as you want, which is like true, but like not everyone's built that way. Like
Right,
everyone,
exactly.
like it's perfectly okay to just be a normal person,
Mm-hmm.
and like we just don't have a society that is catered toward that, especially in like rural areas. Um, but then like where I am, rent is like a studio apartment is like $1,500 now. A
Yes.
studio apartment,
Which
like
which is wild, because because of course, I mean, as well, right? I don't, with me being in where I am and just the limited knowledge that I have of stuff because of where I am. It's like I hear shit like that and I'm just sitting there like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't understand how people do it, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment and it's a third of the cost.
I could move down to Mass right now. I'd have to find a new job, but like I could pay the same, if not less, in rent than where I currently am, which is just bananas to me.
Yeah, it's crazy thinking about some of that stuff.
Like, I'll just move to Lawrence or something. Lawrence, Mass.
Fuck it, send it.
Fuck it. I
But
don't want to live in Lawrence.
see, that's the other thing, is that people will always do that one as well, where it's like, oh, well, why don't you move, why don't you move, or why don't you go to this place or that place? And I'm sitting there like, because I can afford my fucking rent here, and I'm not like, it's not a
You know,
nightmare. Like,
I like Manchester. I think you'd like Manchester, Doxon.
I think Sturge told me, it was either there or it's somewhere down there. He said that there was one of the places down there. But like, my thing is this: like I said, like I live a very comfortable life where I don't need a whole lot of stuff. I like when I was saying earlier about food, rent, and all that. Like, I literally could just go eating eggs for an entire week. Spend $15 for an entire week, just buy eggs and just eat eggs, and I'd be fine with it. I'd be content. I was talking to John about this a little while ago, and it was one of those things. It's like, I feel like Norwich really did to an extent, Norwich beat the comfort out of you.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's too hot. So what do? You just gotta fucking deal with it, I guess. Because what else am I gonna do? It's like, it's too cold. What are you gonna do? I'd fucking put on another hoodie. Why? Because
Yeah. Put on a pair of boots.
Yeah, exactly.
Boats.
Boats. But it's the same thing with like food. Like, it's like, it's like, all right, I got $20, to last me the week for food. It's like, you say that to something like I would say a normal person, but say that's like anyone, and they'd fucking freak out.
I DoorDash pizza tonight, so I have nowhere to stand in this
Yeah,
conversation.
see. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Well, think about that, right? Like, how much was the DoorDash for pizza, if you don't mind me asking? How much was it? Was it 20?
26.
Yeah, so think about that. So let's go to your 26 pizza, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Versus me eating for an entire week, $20.
Mm-hmm. And that pizza is going to be my dinner tomorrow. It was delicious. It
It was delicious. What type of pizza was it, by the way? What type of pizza?
was Meat Lovers.
Oh, where we over from?
There's a place downtown that
Oh, okay, so like a local place.
local place. Yeah,
Oh,
DoorDash. So
okay. Yeah.
I don't think they deliver. It's like a bar,
Oh, okay.
and the pizza is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Uh,
I was gonna say I get pizza every now and then. I get pizza from Cumberland Farms. Right, go get myself a nice slice of Cumby's pizza.
Do you guys have a pizza place in town?
We do. Let me set up for this. Do we have a pizza place? So we got a pizza place over there. We got a pizza place over there. We got a pizza place over there. The local store, sells and makes pizza. We have another pizza place over there now that I think about it, because I forgot about that one. The Chinese restaurant does pizza every now and then.
So, when in doubt, go into pizza business in Vermont.
Exactly. Yeah, there's about fucking 80 of them. Like,
Was there a pizza place in Northfield?
Yeah.
Was there Domino's?
no, no. There was like I know there was a pizza place in the square, because me and John went to it one day, and there was like a line, and we just got fed up and left and went and got Chinese food.
Oh, there was that place that like it was like a little restaurant.
Yeah, it was on the. It was.
I do remember. Oh, not in the square. Like if you got off exit 5, you went all the way down the hill, and you passed that gas station, and you went towards the campus. There was like a little like mom and pop restaurant.
There was that one too.
They
Yeah,
have-
so
that
there's
one.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, see.
Um,
But yeah, no, yeah.
but
So,
we have like there's stuff I've never had here. There's so many stuff here. There's so many
oh yeah,
places here.
it's that is the thing that I would say is the funniest thing with small towns, right? Is like small towns will have like one place, and you go in there and it's got like fucking 8 pages in the menu. Like one of the ones I recently went to, I think it's Pizza Man, is the name of it. Shocking, right? Talking about Pizza Man.
We have Pizza Man.
They had it was like a maple bacon apple burger or something like that. And I remember seeing it on the menu, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'll have a Jack Daniels in one of these. Like,
Eat it.
we were there for work, so I'm like, fuck it. Like,
You know what I love? I love Applebee's.
bro, I'm not okay. So fuck it. Applebee's. I'm 100% on board.
Yeah,
I don't
love Applebee's.
I don't get the hate for Applebee's, bro. I don't. I think people are stuck up.
There was like a group of guys I went to Applebee's with work after. We went like once a week for almost 2 years, and like they left, and like I like sometimes miss Applebee's. I go every once in a while. Applebee's is great, and they do like a Cheetos chicken now, where it's like stuff's like crusted in Cheetos. I haven't tried that yet. That seems a little absorbent to me, like a little decadent.
Yeah, like
Cheetos.
that's the thing is like so like we're like because we're at state by state Littleton, the closest thing other than Montpelier that I have to an actual place to go.
Montpelier's like an hour away.
Yeah, Montpelier's an hour away. Littleton is like 30 minutes away. And there's an Applebee's over there. That's like the big thing, bro. Like you go over there, you go to GameStop, you go to Walmart, you go to the liquor store. If you need to, you go to Lowe's or one of those, and then you either go to 99 or you go to Applebee's. I go to Applebee's. Yeah, that's the reason why I brought it up.
I've seen Mouthy Rooster talk about 99 right now.
So
99 has amazing burgers.
99 to me is just one that I'm not used to. I haven't gone there enough. Applebee's.
The nines, as we say.
Oh, the nines. Oh,
the nines. You go to the nines.
Applebee's I've been to a million fucking times. So it's the same thing. Go in, boom, sit down. It's like, all right, what do you want? Sampler, Jack and Coke. And it's like it's like okay, do you want a main meal? Oh yes, I fucking do want a main meal.
Ooh.
And it's like I want
Oh, we were driving through, and I was explaining to them Scary Berry, and they're like, I'm like, it's a little bigger than a small town, but it's like still like a shithole.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the best way of putting it.
I was
Also, that's just
yeah,
sound that just sound buffalo chicken mac and cheese. Oh, that sounds so good. See, I get like I
oh,
get the three cheese mac with chicken, with grilled chicken.
I
That's the one that
had
I get.
drunk barbecue chicken pizza at 1 o'clock this morning.
Oh, I love
So
that. I love that for you. The one that
yeah,
Cumbies does fucking all sorts of new pizzas, by the way. I don't know if you know that or
really?
not. Yeah, there's like a potato one. There's one that they do if you ever can, right? Because I know you have a Cumbies closest to you.
S No, I do. It's probably the closest gas station. I don't like that Cumbies because the people that
Go.
work there make me uncomfortable.
I mean, that's fair. Go in the morning and get
Yeah.
the breakfast pizza because instead of
Okay.
using like normal pizza sauce, right? They use like nacho cheese sauce.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, though, it is the greatest fucking taste because you have that, and then you have the egg, the cheese, the bacon. Wait, egg, bacon, sausage, and then you have the cheese melted on top of it as well. So it's just like,
It's just like salt.
yeah, like you just. Oh, mm.
So there's like I've been really hankering for Little Caesars lately, and there is
Ooh.
so like when you look it up, there it says there's a Little Caesars in my town, and I've actually driven past it like a couple times in the last few weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's closed, but like there's still like all the shit still inside. So like I don't know if it closes early because every time I've passed it like 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, they might
So
close it. I mean, there's a lot more places that are closing early these days.
yeah, so I think that might be it. But like I'm like I there was one day it was like noon a Saturday, and I was like, I'm gonna go over there and see, because like
I'm
there
gonna
was a Little
go there. I'm
Caesars
gonna get
by
me
my
some.
house, and I used to it was like $5 pizza for a whole pizza, and I'd be like, "Ugh, pizza. I eat too much pizza.
I've only been to Little Caesars a couple times. Now that I think about
It's
it,
not very good,
that's
but
what I've heard. I've heard that it's not good, but like you just said,
but
but it's $5.
it gets you there. And you know what's actually really good is Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
I've yet another one that I've never been to. It's funny
Um,
because like growing up in England, there wasn't a whole lot of these places. Like I remember when the first like McDonald's came in to the area that my grandparents lived in. Like that was a huge thing, bro. Like
oh, I heard a fun fact about McDonald's. Uh, Mount Pelier is the only state capital that doesn't have a McDonald's.
that does not surprise me. I
Yeah,
mean, think about how many times
and
drunkenly down in fucking Montpelier any of us would have been, you know. Give me a Big Mac. Sir, this is
oh,
the
I
Wendy's.
so it's the funny when I was there, I didn't drink, and I obviously wasn't old enough, but I didn't drink at the time. I didn't like I started drinking late,
Oh
as I'm
yeah,
drinking right now, having a beer right now. But I didn't drink till I was like 21, 22.
having a nice glitch energy.
Glitch.
Glitch.
You're not sleeping tonight.
Never. What's
Oh, I
so?
took a nap earlier, and I'm kind of wide awake right now, so I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I've been taking like naps around like noon, like
Hmm.
between noon and like 2 most days now. And it's been like there's some days when it's like it hits, and then there's other days when it's like I I go to take a nap, and then I nap, and then it's like my alarm goes off, and I go,
Yeah.
and then I'm down for another 2 hours.
Yeah, I took a nice 4 o'clock nap today, like 4 to 5,
Oh,
and I was just so tired, and it just was a long weekend,
I remember
and
we had like a sports guy come in to the high school one day talking to us about stuff, and he was talking about naps. He's like, "Does anyone take naps?" And of course, half the kids' fucking hands shoot up. My hand fucking shot right up too. My coach was like stabbing me in the fucking side, like, "Put your hand down, you fucking idiot," like that sort of thing. And he's like, "How long are your naps?" And some kid goes, 2 to 3 hours. And this guy looks him dead in the face and goes, "A nap is only 15 to 30 minutes." And I'm sitting there like, fuck you.
so sometimes those naps are real nice.
I can't do that. I
Sometimes,
can't do it. I
okay.
can't. Like, I can't. Like, for me, a nap has to be either between the hour, and I'm going to say it's hour to 3 mark in there.
I can't do it. An hour is the max. I can't because if I do any, I just I like I even that hour when I woke up, I was like, I'm dying. I had a funny dream though. I had a dream that I was hanging out with one of my dead dogs, and then one of my old friends' dead dogs. We were just we were somewhere, and I was just riding up water slides with these two dogs in my arms because they were two like lap dogs,
Woo!
and I was like Roger and Maggie. I had them each in one arm, and I was just riding down some water slides, and like they kept running away, and I was like, "Come back here, we need to ride more slides." They're like, okay, and then so I pick them up, and then we go ride more slides, and that was my dream.
That's fucking hilarious. Another thing, I've never been on. I don't think I've been on like a water slide, water park sort of thing. Like, didn't I
Um,
never went to those shit when I was like. That's the thing is that like people need like I say shit like that, and some people get shocked. Obviously, you didn't because you know me a little bit better. But like I say it to some other people, and it's like,
are there any water parks? No. Smuggler's Knots, I think has
yeah.
a
I mean,
water
if I
park,
went
right?
to if I went to like Smugs or something like that, but like if I'm spending that much money to go on a water slide, I'll just go in the backyard of my dad's house, go to the store and
Yeah.
buy one, and then fucking water it down and woo.
Well, Laconia had one. My grandpa lived in Laconia. It was called Surf Coaster, and
Ooh.
and that had a water park in it. I uh, I once got sun poisoning at that water park. Shout out to Sun
Jesus.
Coaster.
Shout out.
Sun Coaster USA. It's been closed down forever, but it's still there. Nothing's ever taken its place.
A lot of shout outs tonight. I like it. Just random
Yeah,
shout outs for no reason.
that's how. Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I never went to any of that shit when I was in England. Like it just, I've been to tons of different zoos. Love
yeah.
zoos. Love animals.
Imperialism. Shout out imperialists.
What was it? The sun never set on the English Empire, on the British Empire. I think that was the
Yep.
fucking old term.
Hmm. Does now though.
Oh yeah, it does now for a lot of hours.
Have you been fault? Are you getting Ukraine TikToks?
Mm,
I'll start sending them to you.
okay.
It's a crazy thing because like even like I my buddy sent me one. It was from NBC News.
Yeah.
It was of literally like a Ukrainian shooting down a Russian helicopter. I'm like, oh, they're just posting that now.
Yeah. We can just. Oh, cool. So we can post that, but Husky can't say snake's anal plate
Exactly. And like that's what I was like, dude, this is just
makes sense.
and it's
Shout out to the snake anal plates.
shout outs. See if I can find it. I get it like
I mean,
TikToks.
dude, you've been sending me like breastfeeding TikToks, bro. Like,
Yeah, and those don't get taken down.
it's wild as well because like
Whatever
I had someone else send me one. You sent me one, and then like 2 hours later, someone else sent me one, and she was like, "Why is this on my TikTok?" And then another person sent me the exact same one, and I'm sitting there like, this motherfucker's fucking promoting this stuff. This dude's just going out, taking videos of people breastfeeding, throwing them up on TikTok, and then promoting them so then they get seen by everyone.
Well, the ones I saw, they were like that person's personal page. They were like, "This is my baby." Actually, they were all in Spanish though, so I don't know. That was also I didn't see any American speaking,
Dude,
English speaking.
TikTok's a weird fucking place, bro. Like,
Yeah,
one
I
moment everything's fine, and you're just looking at random funny shit, and then the next thing you know, bam.
I haven't got. I was getting a lot of lives where like girls were pretending to have sex. Did you see those ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any of those in a while. I think they cracked down on those. Um,
I'm
but
open, bro. Like there's so many that are just so fucking. Like I said, of course I'm always gonna be a little salty after they took down my funny bit about snake anal plates, but like because that was informative and it was funny,
mhm.
but I said the word anal.
Well, you can't say certain words like you can't say porn. I know
You
that's
can't
like
say
a
sex. You gotta say segs.
yeah. There's like a lot of weird trigger words.
Like it's isn't that fucking wild that we're in a day and age where like there's certain like sex. So
Can't
what do
have
you? The word segs got made up. Corn
Eggs,
star.
corn star,
Like
um, toy guns. It's a toy gun.
only friends.
OnlyFriends.
Because some places don't let you say OnlyFans. Some places like
One I've seen recently is when like someone does OnlyFans and like all that stuff, they say
mm-hmm,
they're an accountant.
mm-hmm.
That's one that's going on right now.
That's
Yeah, I'm an
that's
accountant.
that's the funny one is that when you do have friends that are accountants, because I have a couple of friends that are accountants, and they have that on their page, and then I'm sitting there like, are you an accountant or am I supposed to be subbed somewhere?
I
Like,
think they put accountant and then they put like one uppercase O in it.
oh yeah, just so you know, number
Just so
one,
you know.
top 10% of accountants. It's like they keeping
Well,
track of
so
that.
there's a whole nother thing that like you can't promote your business. So like say you have like a niche like I don't know, like 3D printing or anything,
Mm-hmm.
like you can't promote it. But then there's this girl on there who I can't remember her name. This is like not it's not good. So she doxes people. That's what she does. She like people who she deems like
Oh,
offensive or like
unworthy.
they're
Yeah,
sexist, and like she doxes them, and like she doxed this one guy, and he got in a lot of trouble, and she's just completely fine. Like she'll like post their addresses and stuff,
that's
and
fucking
then
ridiculous,
she
bro.
also is like selling merch on her TikTok. So I'm like people get taken down. She has like over 1 million followers. She gets like people get taken down for anal glands or anal shields,
Mm-hmm.
and then like she'll like just dox people and sell her merch, and like she's completely fine.
That's fucking ridiculous. It's
So it's
it's so
I don't know.
wild, bro. It like the
Yeah,
whole thing is just so fucking wild when you look when you really look at it. I mean, just across all platforms as well. Just the just how drastically different each platform is. It's just it's fucking crazy when you think about
on
it.
Twitter you can post porn.
Yeah,
Like
Twitter, you can literally just be like, "Oh, look, here's a video of me getting fucked," and then you try to do that on Instagram. They're like, "No, no, no, do it on TikTok." They're like, you know what? I don't think so, but maybe."
YouTube, you can drink, can't smoke weed though.
Really?
Yeah,
Did
weed's like a
not
big
know
one
that
they
one.
crack down on. Yeah,
I know this. There's some. It's interesting because there's some. I know for a fact there's some people that get away with swearing on YouTube, and then there's people that don't get away with swearing on YouTube. So that's an interesting one. Well,
yeah.
it's funny because like every now and then I look because of the whole wanting to get monetized on YouTube sort of thing, and like how close I am and that sort of thing. And like I'll look at some websites where it's like they give you like the prediction thing, like oh you should be at this many followers by this period, based off of your current growth and all that bullshit. And I see that, and every single time I see that, it tells me like what my earnings are so far, and I'm sitting there like yes, $2.
Woo! You're like, it's gonna add up. Well,
Yeah, baby.
I just got a Twitch check.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Let's go.
a few days ago.
Twitch checks are nice, bro, because you don't ever like. I don't. I keep track of a lot of my information, right?
Yeah,
John and Fedge told me that I should start doing it. Getting a little bit more serious. Should start doing it. So I think after like the first year, like at the end of the first year, when I was kind of putting in a lot of hours, I started doing it. And now it's just a normal thing because it just makes my life a little easier mentally. But like I keep track of a lot of that stuff. I don't know when I'm getting checks. So whenever I get the email that says, it's like, hey, there's a Twitch payout. It's like, yes.
I have some side work this week, so that's a
Oh,
little some pay that's
little
coming
side
my way.
hustle.
Little side hustle. Well,
I
electrical work.
I'm gonna work Wednesday. I'm gonna get in at like 6 in the morning. I'm gonna get done at like 8, maybe 7.
Yeah.
It's fucking like 2 weeks ago. Two
Yeah.
weeks
Is that
ago.
the only day you're working?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So like that's what I was gonna get at. Is like 2 weeks ago, everyone may have noticed like I wasn't streaming throughout the entire week during the morning. There was like a good 3 or 4 days where like, yep, nope, no Husky. Normally he's on. Why isn't he on? And that's like I show up at night. No one fucking ever watches me when I stream at night. So it's like whatever. But then like people will be like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't see you on in the morning. It's like, yeah, I'm fucking working. Like, but like there's weeks where that happens, and then there's weeks like what I just said. Same thing with last week. I worked literally one day in the morning, and that was it. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna take the morning off. I'll stream tonight. You know.
Uh, I've been so busy. I haven't played any games since Wednesday. I've been wanting to play Elden Ring. just haven't been able to.
I,
Um,
it's one of the ones I was thinking about bringing up was it's funny how you saw the giant spike for Lost Ark, and then Elden Ring came out like the week after, and then the giant spike for Elden Ring. And my thing is this, and because you play it, I've watched a bunch of people play it. Do you think that the level that it's at is going to stay there, or do you think that we will see a drop?
you'll see a drop because um, it's good because it had a lot of popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still a super hard game, and
Well, it's the
less than a
like
thousand people. I think at this point, still less than 1,000 people have finished it.
that was the thing I was going to get at, right? Is the fact that it's the it's not the next in the sequel of Dark Souls, but it's Dark Soul like esque and
It's just Dark
based.
Souls.
Yeah.
It's just Dark Souls.
So like you get that fan base coming into it. Then also
Yeah.
it's the brand new game. Visually, it looks fucking incredible.
It does. So like I played some Dark Souls 3 and and I did that maybe a year ago, and then I was playing this. It's like people are like, yeah, it feels old, but like going from that to playing this, because Dark Souls, like those games were all linear, and this is an open world. So like that's why I think it's so popular too, because it's like, in a way,
You can kind of
it
do
depends who you talk to,
yeah.
but like I think it's harder, but I'm not really good at those games anyways. And then it's harder, but it's also more approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, that's the funny thing as well is that like the people have been talking about the level difficulty and how why isn't there an easy mode? It's like shut the fuck up. I find it funny because it's like you just said, like for you it's hard. Like for my Panics, I think Panics.
I know
He's
the name, yeah.
yeah, he's one of the best FPS players that I know, right? But yeah, he's struggling playing Elden Ring. And it's funny seeing the people that like it's I consider them in the group of people that I know like they're fucking really good at this. And then they play.
Yeah.
Then they're like, yeah, I fucking suck at Elden Ring. And then the people that like are like dominant at Elden Ring are like okay at everything else or suck at everything else, or it's just so funny seeing the drastic difference in the game world basically with this sort of stuff. And it's
Because
almost
I consider myself a good FPS player. But I just get bored. So
Yeah.
I always jump around. And that's the thing, is like I don't play a game for too long. I jump around too much.
I think that's a big thing these days, especially. I think, and I'll say it with, I'll word it with people that are wanting to be content creators and do stuff, making stuff, that sort of thing, is that they jump around so much because that's just it feels like I kind of want to say that that's the way that it has to be, but at the same time we've seen plenty of people that don't do that.
I think only the people at the top can jump around, but then
Mhm.
everyone else is like, they really have to find like a niche market, and then
Yeah.
they can jump around.
And then I think even then a lot of them still try to jump around because they're like, oh, this is the hot new game. If I play it along with these 39 million other people, maybe someone will see me. No, sorry, bro.
So Tarkov is a really popular game, but like
Mhm.
there was a while, probably a year and a half ago, where I was streaming it, and like I actually was getting like a good like
Yeah.
people were watching, people were hopping in, but now it's too big. I don't think I could hop back into it with that.
I think you could. I mean, because it's one of those things. Like it's every now and then I'll see. This is when I was doing Madden on stream because I don't really do it on stream anymore. But when I would do it on stream, every now and then I would see a small spike, and that's because that's where the majority of my view base came from. Was after the NFL draft that first year.
True.
I did that. I got affiliate. I started playing Madden more on stream, and in my I was getting like 10 viewers a fucking day when I was doing that. But it's Madden, so it was fucking heart attack every fucking day. Just nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a game I play a lot, Hell Let Loose.
Yeah, I've seen you play. I've seen you play it.
Yeah, and like that one's kind of a funny one because like sometimes I'll get a lot of viewers from that, and sometimes I won't at all. And and it's funny because people get super mad with me when I play that game. But it's squad based, so like you have your whole team, and then you have how many ever squads it's going to be, and then you have each squad has an officer, and they can talk. They can talk to all the other squads, and then the commander, and then they can also just talk to your squad. And everyone just gets mad at me because I'm not a good officer.
Everyone gets mad at me because I just fuck around and.
I don't fuck around. I'm just like I'm just not my. It's because you have to
Oh, yeah, I mean,
like
it's
you actually have to like build resources. You have to like do other things. And
Well,
like, I can't be bothered.
that's kind of the thing when I was looking at when I was playing Lost Ark to start. I was like, I'm looking at all the different like people are talking. Like, I watched a video. It was like a 15-minute video out there. I don't know who did it, but it's a fucking really good video. It just breaks down every class. 15 minutes. It's like 2 minutes a class, minute a class. But they do a really good job breaking it down, and they visualize and show you what the class does and like their abilities. And like, I really enjoyed it because it really did help me pick. I mean, I kind of already knew what I was gonna do, but as soon as they were like, when you're doing raids, you will be the person in the front. You will be the person. You have to know exactly how this works, exactly how this works, exactly how this works, and all that. I'm sitting there like. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like,
well, like that's a big thing in Destiny, like the raids, because like I had a friend who had like he plays all the time, and I don't think he does any raids, and he still plays Destiny. I think he does now, but there was a period where he didn't do any raids, and because a raid you got to get 6 people together and working together, and that could take it could take hours. Because like one time I did a raid for like 6 hours and we didn't even finish.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of that, shout out to the boy Jagger. Yesterday he was there was the Witch Queen, the first like Witch Queen raid thing that they did, and Bungie apparently does like this big thing for it. Where it's like whenever there's it's either a new raid. I'm not 100%.
It was a new expansion, so probably the new raid.
So it's like I don't know if it's like a new raid, new whatever, but like they do the world's first. They have like a fucking like WWE wrestling belt that they give out to the person who completes it first. Cool. So like him and a group of people were doing it yesterday, and like I think Jagger got off. I went to bed and he was still streaming. Let's put it like that.
Has anyone finished it yet?
Yeah, someone finised it already. So like someone finished it like within the first like 12 hours, I think, something like that. Like so like but like him and his team were like playing it and doing it, and like so it was fun watching that because I had that on while I was playing Lost Ark. I had them on and I'm listening to it, watching them, in between, cutscenes and moving around and shit. And it's just like I'm sitting there like this is fucking crazy. And it was the most ridiculously difficult thing.
They're elaborate. They're like
oh yeah, they're
platforming.
Yeah, they're sitting there like okay,
do amongst fights, it's a lot, and like
okay, it's
you
A.
have to really
we're going A. We're going A. Okay, you're a B. Okay. This is pineapple. Okay, now this is starfish. All right. Okay. Yeah. Pickle. Pickle. Damn it! You didn't get pickle. Like I'm sitting there like what the fuck am I here? Like
Jagger, what are you doing? People start yelling at each other. It's a whole thing.
Oh yeah, like I just bro. I'm good. Like I said to you before we got on the podcast, I got a turtle today. I'm really excited about my turtle. It's funny.
Oh, you just got that today?
I got it today. Yeah.
Okay.
So I got something I got an item called a jeweled coral, and I didn't know what it was, and I was just looking up mounts in the game, and I want to see what mounts there were. Like period. And that was when I found out that like there's turtle. I'm like cool, so I clicked on the turtle. I'm like, how do I get the turtle? And then it came up and it's like, oh, if you do this side quest that people do like at the end game, like when they finish doing the main game, then they go do these side quests. That like when you get that there, then you can trade it and get the turtle. And I'm sitting there like, I've already done that side quest. Like
you're like, I can get it now.
Well, no, not even. I was like, I'm sitting there like, it's like I've already done. I was like, that's what that's for. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, did I throw it away? Because sometimes I just throw shit away. I was like, oh fuck, did I throw it away? So like, I ran and fucking looked, and I was like, so I fucking sent someone a message. I was like, which one do I get? Which one do I get? I'm sitting there like, oh, please say the blue one. Please say the blue one. Please say the blue one. I look at my phone. She's like, get the blue one. I was like, yes.
What's cool? What the turtle has like it looks like a map on it, or like
it's just like a little seat. That's all it is. And it's like a little rug.
That's a rug. Yeah. Oh, and then it's like green and blue algae.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's the azure one, the blue one. Yeah,
there's this turtle.
There he is. That's my turtle. That's me, my turtle. Yeah, no. So yeah, no, and it's funny because like I was saying to Dana about it. I was like, it's kind of funny. Like I've never been into MMOs, so Lost Ark is completely new to me. But it's funny playing it and the amount of excitement that I got the first time I actually unlocked a mountain through like actually doing stuff.
Yeah,
it was like it was weird.
You're like, I feel it. You're like, it hurt. It feels so good. I can't stop.
Well, yeah, no, it was weird. It was like I was like I fucking just got this because wait, what? Like I just did. I have a ladybug. That's the other one. I have a
I guess I
ladybug.
gotta start play. Maybe I'll play that tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow. Tuesday. I got stuff tomorrow.
I play it every now and then. I mean, I say every now and then. I play it on and off throughout the day.
Yeah, I keep seeing you play it.
Yeah, it's to me, it's a fun game to just kind of like turn my brain off on. And the other thing as
Yeah.
well is that like I don't stream it, and I do like I stream it every now and then, but I don't like. It's not like Apex where like I want to stream it. You know, Madden now I've started recording off stream. You know, but like this one, it's like I don't feel like I need to get on to stream it. You know, like that sort of thing.
How are the boys doing in Apex right now?
Oh, they're killing it. I mean, we're
Yeah.
we're all killing it. We all got into plat now, so we're just kind of we're just fucking around. We just did. I got a new YouTube series, mini series kind of thing going up today. Today, Wednesday, Saturday, I think. I'm doing. We did the one and only challenge.
What's that one?
So it's literally the first gun you get, and that's it.
Okay.
So no matter what, that's it.
Is that like a personal challenge or is that a challenge?
It's a like we just fucked around and me and Rob do it all the time now. We're just like, what are we doing today? And they do like 2-gun challenge. First 2 guns you see, you know. So I decided, you know, I was like, fuck it, you know. I was like, let's do the one and only challenge. Rob's like, what do you mean the one and only challenge? I was like, we get 1 gun. It's the very first one you see. That's
And nothing
it.
else.
That's it. That's all we get to use for the entire game. Like, and you can't use 2 of them, so you can't have like 2 sentinels. No, you only get
But
1.
can you pick up all the grenades you want?
Yes, you can pick up anything else
Okay.
you want. It's just that the gun you're only allowed 1 of. So the first game we won, we did really well. We had like we killed a team at the beginning, killed a team at the end, sort of thing. Middle was just us fucking around. Jeff's kid's in it, which is funny. Hearing him just, you know, kind of talking in the background and me and Rob fucking giggling our asses off about it. The second game, we didn't see anyone until the very end of the game. And it was a guy with a Kraber, and I killed him with Mozambique.
Ooh, it hurts.
And then the final game it was just me and Rob. Veg had left at this point, so it was just me and Rob. And I popped off. I could have had a 3. I could have tried to farm a 3K, but it would have been really tough. But at the end of the game, I saw a Kraber, and I picked it up. So I kind of cheated, but it was a Kraber.
You're like, bro, I can't pass it. Can't
Exactly.
pass it.
That's what I said to Rob. I was like, Rob, this is cheating, but I don't care. Rob heard me shoot it twice and was like, "Did you fucking pick up a second gun?" Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Rules
So,
are meant to be broken.
exactly. But yeah. No. We like I said. So we all got in a plat, and now we're just kind of fucking around now. So that was
Is
a
it
big
plat,
thing.
diamond, or
Plat,
diamond?
plat, diamond, then masters, and then masters and pred are basically the same thing, but they're not the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those things.
Why not pred, yo?
So pred is top 750 on your platform. So like for instance, let's say we got into Diamond 2, but we were in the top 750 Xbox players, we would then be preds. We wouldn't even have to go into masters. We would be preds.
Interesting.
So it's all based on what system kind of thing you're on.
I have a buddy who plays with a guy who's been pred, and he's like, you know, he has those the emblems and stuff.
Yeah.
Smart.
Panix plays with one of his friends, K. I think his name is K. And every time he plays with him, like I'll see like the pred badge, and I'm sitting there like,
There it is.
bro, I'm fine with where I'm at, bro. There was one season, and I remember talking to him about it. There was one season I tried to push to diamond, and I got to the top of plat 3, and then I had like 3 or 4 games in a row where I just like died off spawn because of teammates landing us in shitty places, and so just died fucking. And I lost like 200 RP in like 4 games. I was like, no. I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm trying too hard. Like, Rob's on right now. I'm not playing with Rob. You know, like that sort of thing. I was like, fuck this. I'd rather play with the homies than, you know. And that was the thing, is like I played 1 game with Rob when I was trying to do that push, and he straight up said, he's like, look, I feel bad because I know I'm holding you back, but I literally have to play at the best I physically can play to make sure that you get your points. And I'm sitting there like, I don't want to put that fucking sort of stress on anyone I'm playing with, bro. Like,
No, dude, I only play with good players.
yeah, nah, fuck that noise, bro. I'm over that shit. Like, nah,
Yeah.
I'd rather have a good time with friends than a shitty time with people that are, you know, just try-harding the whole time. You know?
I've been meaning to play Apex lately, and because a buddy of ours keeps texting us to play. I just haven't played.
It's like I said, I still have fun with it. I play it every day. It's just, you know, that's the other thing is I do like Lost Ark for the fact that I kind of like throughout the day now we've kind of gotten a little bit of a new routine where Fedge leaves to go get lunch and Rob goes to walk his dogs. So while they do that, I get off of it and I play Lost Ark for like an hour. And there was one day though when they got back. And Fedge was like, "You coming over?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm almost done with this. I'm almost done with this quest." And it was like the final quest of like the island that I was on. So of course, those things take like fucking 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes sort of thing. So like, yeah, like I was at like the very beginning of it. I was like, yeah, I'm almost done with this. Like,
what happened the other night? I was supposed to go to my buddy's house, and I was like, "I'm in the middle of a boss right now." I was playing Elden Ring, and I was like, "I gotta kill the boss," and I didn't kill. I couldn't beat him.
Yeah,
I was pissed off. I was all pissed off. I was like,
Jesus.
and I'm playing on controller again, and that feels good and weird because I haven't played on a controller in a long time.
Fair.
That was a good. Was it episode 109?
109.
109.
Dude, I just love the fact like it's just health insurance, pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
a little bit of environmental stuff. A little thing here. Video games, pizza.
No movies this week.
No movies this week. Here, you know what? I'll throw just an unpopular opinion. I'm gonna throw it, and I'm gonna fucking do the outro. Ready for this? Okay. Ready for this? The Marvel Cinematic Universe has made comic book movies as a whole worse. Thank you all for stopping by and hanging out today. I depend on where you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Stay home, stay safe, and me and him, we'll talk to y'all later.
Mic drop.
Bye.